Okay, now that we have understand what are strings and how to use them, let us see a bit more detail about them. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see what is slicing of strings, okay, and how to slice the strings. Okay, so let us now go directly into IntelliJ IDEA and try to understand this particular concept. Okay, so let us take one string for example, like we had done earlier. So let us type my name only. Okay, so this is one string that I have taken, and you know what will happen if I just print out this particular string. Okay, so we have seen this many times. So if I just run this, you know what will be the output. Okay, so the name will be printed as it is onto the output console. Okay, but what we can more do, what we can do more with this particular string. Okay, so suppose if I want to access this particular character of my string. Okay, so if I want to display only that much part of my string, so how it can be done? Okay, so in Python it is possible to access the individual characters inside the string. Okay, and how it can be done? So it can be done using the indexing of that particular string. Okay, so the indexing should be done inside the square bracket as I have written. Okay, so what you're supposed to do in that square bracket, you have to put the position which you want to access. Okay, so right now I want to access this particular position, and to access this position I'll have to put number as 2 over there. Okay, so if I just run it, you will find that only M character is getting printed and nothing else. Okay, so why do I have put two value only there? Okay, so what will happen if I put any other value, and why only two? How that two value came out? Okay, so let us just try to understand how this particular indexing works. Okay, so this is the string that we have taken in our example. Name variable we have used, and Samir is the string that we have taken. Okay, so to access the individual characters in this particular string, each character in this string is having a specific position number. Okay, so we have to understand what that position number is. Okay, so let us now look into that. So suppose if this is the string that we have taken, there are two ways by which you can number the positions. Okay, so if I go from left hand side to right hand side, I have shown it in the green color, and from right hand side to left hand side I have shown it in the brown color. Okay, so let us just see first in the from left to right in the green color. Okay, so in that way the first or the zeroth position will be considered for S character, and likewise it will increment up to value 5 for last character, which is R. We can even have the reverse way of numbering, in which we can take it from -1 to -6. In this case, just observe that the R character is having value as minus. Just observe it in the brown color. Okay, so it is having -1 value, and it will go in reverse way, incrementing up to -6. So -6 character is my S character. So S character can be indexed or can be accessed using two values. You can access it using value 0 or -6. Likewise, suppose if I want to access character M that we have done in this example, so I have accessed it using value 2. I can even access it using value -4. Okay, so likewise, each of those particular character will have two values that you can access it from. Okay, so let us now again go into the IntelliJ IDEA, and let us just see if it is possible to access M character using value -4. Okay, so as we saw, we were getting value answer for value 2. So if I just run it, we saw it, we were getting value as M, answer as M. So if I just replace it with -4 as we had said, let us just see whether we get the same answer. Okay, so again I am getting the same answer as I have told. So if I replace it with -1, we had seen that it should display value as R. Okay, so that I am getting. And again, suppose we can take any calculation over here as well. So we can do it like 3 minus 6. Okay, so it will calculate this answer first and then it will index. So the answer for this would come out to be -3. Okay, and the -3 value should be, this is -1, this is -2, and this one is -3. So it should display answer as E. Okay, so let us just see whether it does that. So it is showing me the exact answer. Okay, so these are the various ways by which we can access individually any position in the string. Okay, Just we have to be careful about which position we are doing it, and accordingly we will have to put that particular number over here. Let us now extend our string a bit so that further part will be properly understood. Okay, so suppose this is my complete string. Okay, so what I can even do is that uh, like what we can do for accessing individual characters in the string, we can access a range of characters in the string as well. So what I wanted to tell is that, suppose I'll just put it first and then I will tell you. So let us just write 3 over here. Let us just see the output and then we'll discuss about it. Okay, so right now just observe what it is printing. It is printing SAM, which are the first 3 characters in my string. Okay, so what I have done over here, in the earlier case we had only put single value. Okay, right now I am putting a range of values. Okay, so the range is starting from 0th position and it is ending on 3rd position. Okay, so my 0th position is this one and my 3rd position, as you can observe, is this one. Okay, so 0, again this one is 1, this one is 2, and this is 3rd position. Okay, so what I am asking the Python is that I want all the characters in this particular range. Okay, but like what is being done in range function, just know one thing very important, that the last value or the last character will never be considered. So the 3rd position character will not be shown. Only values from 0 to value 2, one value less than this. Okay, so 0 to 2 will be displayed onto the screen. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. That is why SAM will be shown onto the screen. Okay, so this is how we can use it. You'll have to put a colon between the starting value and the end value. An important thing, end value will never be considered, one value less than that. Okay. Similarly, what we can do even is that, suppose if I want to span the whole string. Okay, so what I'll have to write is that name, and in square bracket, because I want to span the whole string, I'll have to start from 0, and I'll have to count on what is the value for this particular character. Okay, so if I just count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. This is 14th character. Okay, this is which is last. But just see what happens if I put it like this. I just want you to guess what will be the output of this, and let us just see. Okay, so the thing is, I'm getting the string but not the whole string, and this particular character is not included. Why? I have told you the reason already. The last value is never considered. Okay, so this 14th character will not be, it is not possible to access that 14th character. Okay, so what else, what instead we can do is that Python tells you you can even omit the last value. Okay, it is possible to write it like this only. Just omit the last ending value, just put colon over there, and if you don't specify anything, it will consider the value from 0th value up to whatever the last character is. Okay, so if I just run it now, you will observe that whole string will be displayed irrespective of the value. Okay, so that is how it can be done, and because this is the starting point even, so I can even omit this part as well. Okay, so if I just put it like this, there's just a colon in between, between the string. Okay, so this will print out the whole string. Okay, so there is no need to mention the starting point if you're starting from the first value only. There is no need to mention the last point or last value, last character position if you are ending, if you want to span the whole string up to the last value. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can keep in mind. Okay, what I can even do is that, like we can go from starting value to last value, we can even access any middle part as well. So suppose if I want to access this part from the string, okay, I want to know this part. Okay, so I'll just have to find out the positions, and accordingly I'll have to put that range in my particular, uh, in my square bracket. Okay, so let us just find out what values do we come out for these values. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7th value, right? So it should start from 7 and it should end on, let us just check. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I want to include this 11th character, that's why I'll have to put this value as 12. Okay, so if I just run it now, let us just see what happens. It will print out that particular uh, part of the strings. Okay, so I hope you have understanding how we can access the strings in various ways. Earlier, in the earlier case, we have seen how to access the individual character. Now we are able to access a part of any string. Okay, so it can be done using this range, using this colon in between the starting and the ending point. Okay. And what we can even do is that we can make use of negative position numbers. Okay, so we can span the negative value. So if I suppose if I want to display this particular part of the string, so as you know, this is -1, this you know as -2, and this is -3, right? Okay, so if I want to display that particular thing, I'll have to set up the appropriate range. Okay, so how it should be done? I will have to write the proper position numbers, right? Okay, so because this is -3, okay, so we'll have to start from -3 colon, then we will have to go towards up to this. Okay, so is it possible to put it -1 over here? I just wanted to guess only the output of this one again. So if I just run it, it will show wrong output. The reason is it is only showing the Ka value. Okay, so we don't want Ka only, we wanted that R value as well. Okay, so because we have not we have put -1 here, it will consider up to -1 but excluding this, so my R will not be considered. But if I want to include that R value as well, so I'll have to write the range like this. So -3 colon nothing, it should print out the desired output. Okay, so kr value is getting printed using negative positions. Okay, but this was all regarding in sequence characters, right? So suppose if I want to access this character, then suppose this character, then suppose this character. Okay, so S, M and E, I want to access those characters. Okay, so how it can be done? So it is again simple, very simple in Python how it can be done. So again I'll have to write the same thing, again same square bracket. Now I'll have to set up the proper range. Okay, so I want to start from 0th position, so I'll write that first. Okay, and I want to go up to this value, right? Because I want to include this E character. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I want to go from 0 to 5, but I want to access alternate characters. Okay, I don't want to get it in sequence. After this character is getting printed, I want this character, and after that I want this character. So I want alternate characters. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to put another colon over here, and after the colon I'll have to put the step size or the step value in which I want to increment. Okay, by default it increments with each value or the step value of 1, but if I want to include the alternate characters, I'll have to specify the step value as 2. Okay, so if I just run it, let us just see what happens. Okay, so it will display the answer as SME. Okay, so it will go in steps. How it will work? It will go for first S, then it will skip one value, it will go to M, the second value after that, and it will go to E, the second value after M. Okay, so it will go in steps of 2. It is called as the step value. Okay, and what we can even do is that we can span the string in reverse order as well. Okay, so we have been spanning it in the from the left to right order. Now we can span it from right to left as well. Okay, so how it can be done? So let's just see. So print again a name and square bracket. Now I'll have to specify the proper range. Okay, so suppose if I want to go from reverse way from R to my value S. Okay, so because we are going from R to S and from last value to first value, okay, so the last value can be considered as -1. Okay, okay, so because that is the first value, and up to I want to go to this value, right? So I want to go up to this, but because I want to include this value, I should not specify the range, but for timing let us just assume it up to this value. Okay, then we will go to the last value. So if I want to assume it till this value, let us just see what value comes out up to this. Okay, so if this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13, -14, and this is -15. Okay, so S is coming out to be -15. So I can span from -1 to -15 with, I'll have to specify the range, I'll have to specify the step. Okay, this is very, very important. Unless and until you specify the step over there, it is not possible to traverse in a reverse order. Okay, so I'll have to specify the step as -1. Okay, so then only it will go from this particular -1 up to this particular last value E. Okay, so let us just see what happens. Okay, so as you can observe, it is traversing from in the reverse way. Only the thing is that S value is not considered over there. Okay, so we can even consider it using, we as you know, as I've told you earlier, just don't consider this last value. Okay, and write it like this. We will get the desired output. Okay, so as you can observe, this particular string is traversed in reverse order. Okay, so this was our original order. Okay, and now I'm getting it in reverse order. Okay, so I hope you have understood how it can be done. Okay, so you can traverse any string like this, and even as I've told you, you may not specify this first value as well. So even if I just remove it, you will observe that if I just run it, you will get the same output. Okay, so because I wanted to span the whole string, just don't specify anything like what we had done here. Okay, here just we didn't specify the step value, that is why it traversed from first to last. Here I have specified the step value as -1, that is why it has traversed from last value to first. Okay, so this is very important. This is a slicing thing that you'll find everywhere. Okay, so you'll have to understand what is happening over there when you see it. Okay, so I hope you have understood the concept of slicing. There are few more things that we will have to see. We are going to see regarding this slicing. I'll just remove this part out. Okay, so suppose what also can be done is that I can check the presence of a particular part of a string in the whole string. I want to check, suppose if I want to check whether this me is present inside the inside this total string. Okay, so how it can be done? Okay, so let us just see. If it is very simple. Okay, so if me, I have just set up one condition. If me in, okay, we have seen this membership test operator in, and we'll just have to specify the name of the string that in which we want to check. So what I have, the condition that I've set, I'm checking if this part is present in this string. Okay, so if so, I'm going to print, uh let me just put parenthesis, and in that me is present in the string. Okay, so let us just see whether this works or not. Present, I'll just, okay, as you can observe, it is also showing the typos over there. So present, I'll just have to remove this. Okay, so if I just run it, okay, me is present in the string. Okay, so it is confirming whether this string is present or not. Just see what happened. Okay, I'll just want to show you another thing. We had written me earlier, right? So let us just see what happens if I write em. Okay, just reverse the order. Okay, and if so, I'm going to write em is present in the string. Let us just see whether this is present or not. Now this time nothing is getting printed. The reason, and you'll have to remember this, is that it will check only in order. Okay, even though E and M characters are present individually, they are not present in this particular order. Okay, so that is why right now it is not showing it that it is not present. Okay, but ME is present because ME was there in the order. Okay, so I hope you have understood how we can use strings with if. Now the last part is with respect to loops. Okay, let us just see something regarding loops as well. Okay, so if I just remove this all, okay, loops can be used to span within the string. Okay, so we have seen how to make use of loops using a range function. Okay, so in that we have seen how we can span from starting point of the range up to the last point. Similarly, because the string is also having position number, okay, and positions, we can span within the string as well. Okay, so let us see how it can be done. So for, I can write, so I'll have to take any variable for spanning it. You can take any name that you want. I'll just put take the name as character. Okay, again I'm saying you can take any character, any variable name that you want. I have taken the name of my variable as character. Okay, so for character in name, okay, so what I'm asking IntelliJ IDEA to span in the string whose with name using variable character. Okay, so it will iterate over that string, and after iteration, I want to print out the value of each of that character. I'll just press enter. Okay, so what is happening over here? Okay, so let us just run it and then I'll tell you. Okay, so as you can observe, now the name is getting printed character by character. Okay, and it is printed, okay, like this. Okay, so what is happening over here? Okay, so basically what I have written over here is that I'm asking Python to iterate over my string, okay, using this variable character. So this variable will take each character at a time, okay, from my string name. And what I've done in that particular loop is that I have put this particular statement. It will print out each character one by one. Okay, we can even use a debugger to understand it. Let us just put a breakpoint over here to understand how the debugger will work. Okay, so I have set up that breakpoint over there. Let us just see how debugger will show us what is happening over there. Okay, so I have debugged. Okay, so as you can observe, the name variable is set to Samir Karadkar. Okay, now let us just go into console pane, okay, and try to debug our code. So if I just use this step over, just observe it is going inside with character S value. It is getting printed onto console. You can observe on the console pane. Okay, so S is getting printed. Okay, now if I put it again it will change the character to A. Again, it will go inside for. Again, it will print it out. Again, it will go to the for. Again, it will change the character. Likewise, if I just do it a bit faster, it will take one character at a time and it will print it. Okay, so after all the characters are done, okay, let us just do it a bit faster. Okay, after all the characters are done, it will come out of the loop and the whole loop will be terminated. Okay, so I hope you can see how for loop or loop can be used with strings. Okay, in the earlier case we had only used for loop using a range function, but while dealing with strings we can use it like this. Okay, using this operator in. Okay. Okay, so I hope you have understood everything about strings. Okay, we have seen right from accessing the single character up to accessing the strings in loop and if as well. Okay, so okay then I will see you in the next video.